Hey guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. What is today? Well, now it's Saturday. All right, so happy Saturday. We made it to the weekend. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I got this new jail in Florida. It's like bizarro world. The cases are, you'll see. Don't worry. You'll see. Hi, Tina. Hi, Sarah. But I got Judge Fleischer. I got lots of Fleischer today. Hi, Steve. Because I know yesterday I cut you short. Hi, Elizabeth. Because I wanted to do that trial. And then I tried to fix it, and then I made an error. But we don't need to talk about my error. What we need to talk about is how Kelly held the chat up alone. Kelly, you're the bestest. Bestest. Hi, Lightfoot. A beaver with a tie? All right, Fozzie's here. Now I have to behave. Because he will. He'll get on me if I don't behave. Let's go first to California. Because California, they're just special. Special, special. Um, and you know this judge. She's tough. She's tough. Here we go.
I'm a lawyer. I'm letting you guys know as I enter the courtroom, I'm a lawyer. And I used to be a judge. Shouldn't be in this courtroom. I am not doing this voluntarily. I don't want to be here at all.
Craig Barta, is my
Yes, sir. Should have
understanding.
been released. Yes, Your Honor.
You have three cases, state case 23 MI 020323, Penn State, September
Is
27th.
that with military intelligence?
Sir, let me finish going through what I need to get
Not if
to.
it's with military intelligence. I can't have you continue to finish whatever that is. If
This
that's
is a petty theft violation of Penal Code 484. You have case 24 FE 006254.
I don't want to do this because I'm a lawyer and I don't want to do this
2024.
case.
Sir, if you were a lawyer, you'd know not to interrupt the judge.
I know to interrupt this because this is a direct violation of my rights and I don't want
This
to.
is case 6254 on.
Doesn't matter. It's a direct violation of my rights and I don't want to be here. I need to be released. And all of these officers are gonna have all of their.
Threats to commit
Wait,
crime and
first.
great bodily injury, violation of Penal Code 242, count 2, threatening with a weapon in violation of Penal Code 417. There's case 24 MI 006467.
I still have to continue to interrupt you because I started.
Offense date April 10th, 2024, count 1 is petty theft in violation of Penal Code 4.
This is a violation of my rights and my human rights.
I am going to appoint the public defender, however, the court is going to declare having observed the defendant's behavior in this court. He can be removed. We can proceed to.
I'm gonna continue. This is the way that it's gotta go. Not gonna do this.
Having observed the defendant's courtroom or behavior in this courtroom, the defendant continually interrupted myself repeatedly while I tried to inform him of the charges. He also had repeatedly refused to come to court, and the court ultimately had to order an extraction order. The defendant did not want to listen to his charges. I, at this time, will declare a doubt, and his criminal proceedings will be suspended pursuant to Penal Code 1368. The court will refer this for evaluation by a doctor. Do you have a request, Mr. Nguyen?
I suppose I've seen Mr. Clemmer choose doctors. I am not aware of their.
Dr. Jacobowski.
Last for the primary and whoever for secondary.
Dr. Bowski for the primary. Dr. Gowa still available?
Yes.
And as a backup, Dr. Nakagawa will be. We'll have this return for doctor's reports. It's usually 6 weeks, correct?
I think we could, yeah, it's 6 weeks. When you go to the farm floor.
Which would be the one. There's a felony in there. Yeah. There, the felony is in the middle, it's
Okay.
case ending in court, we can come back to Department 62. At 8:30, let's do May 30th, 8:30, Department 62. Well,
So, Raven, that was California, Sacramento. Okay, we're gonna go to um, Florida now. I hope this judge doesn't blow out your ears. I did try to lower the volume a bit, which stinks because now you're not gonna hear the inmate later. But you'll hear fine. So I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit now, and then I'll turn it back up when the inmate starts to talk. But this is like Bizarro World. It's not like any hearing you've ever seen. Here we go. Hold on, let me turn the volume down a little bit. How's the volume? Did everybody, hey Cha, did everybody get their ears blown out? All right, adjust your stuff now. Here we go. He's looking at the case, guys. He's looking through the case. Hold on, it'll make sense in a second. All right, before I go any further, listen, guys, that was every single case. They don't get to speak at all. They don't get to say a word. He doesn't ask them any questions. They don't get to say their dog died. They don't get to say their grandmother's sick. They don't say anything. Every single person in here comes up and then he just looks at the case and then he just rules. And that's it. It is so weird. It is bizarre. You should see the rest of it. Now I'm going to leave it play for a little bit because there's one particular inmate that's so funny. He gets mad, right? He gets mad in a second, and he's vocal. I'm gonna turn the volume back up. Hopefully, you can hear it. Um, but I have his case too, just because you get to hear him. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, I'll explain it again. Normally, when we when we see these court cases, the judge and them talk and they lie, and there's lots of crying and there's lots of lying and there's lots of chaos and there's lots of tomfoolery. In this jail, they go up to the judge. The judge doesn't say a word to them, like one word, like, is your name blah 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 or whatever, and then that's it. They don't get to say a word. He looks at their case, he rules, and they're gone. Nothing else happens. It's bizarre. They just stand there swaying back and forth the whole time. We don't get to hear any tomfoolery, but we are about to hear some tomfoolery. Here we go. The judge doesn't speak. Stephanie, that's the thing. The judge doesn't speak to them. Do you hear the guy in the background complaining? He's mad because the judge is taking a break. He does not like this judge at all. He, he's slow as hell. What do you mean he's taking a break? So he complains the whole time, but don't worry, I have him. I'm going to bring him up. He's still complaining. I just fast forwarded it. He says, I have a court case that's been in trial for 8 years. 8 years. This is slow as hell. All right. That's fine. We don't need to see his case. Nothing happens. But the only time the inmates can talk is when the judge takes a break. All right, now we're going to Indiana, and you need to look at the third box on the top. Because this lady, I don't, is she a Karen or does she have mental issues? I'm going to lead toward Karen and not mental issues.
Next up is Lang.
Jana Lang, 24 CR 1075. Good morning. I'm seeing you for a hold where probable cause has been found. Ms. Lessman, for the people to start.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the people are asking for $1,000 cash bond. If the court is inclined to do a PR bond, I do believe we need a co-signer given the allegations and the mental health and or substance abuse concerns. We would ask for a protection order for both Judy Farron and Jay Farron with all boxes but box 6. I would ask for pretrial supervision, no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and monitored sobriety at pretrial's discretion, and to comply with any mental health treatment, or if inclined to do a mental health evaluation. I'm not sure the status of that. Obviously, defense may have more information. The people are concerned the defendant's currently on summons for harassment this year. She does have a prior violation of protection order. The concern is in this case in that essentially she was saying things that didn't quite make sense to lead us to believe that there may be mental health concerns. And I think a neighbor or even a family member stated that in the affidavit. But essentially she's ramming the car of a neighbor for no reason, threatening officers as well as resisting officers and being non-compliant, all without necessarily any sort of instigation. So it is concerning for community safety and the safety of our law enforcement based on these allegations. So it does appear that $1,000 cash only is appropriate. We would ask for that and those other conditions. I would ask for a do not, obviously a do not return is included in that protection order, but if the court is inclined to make it a condition of bond, we'd have no objection.
Ms. Sutliff on her behalf.
Judge, we're asking for a personal recognizance bond to allow her release from the county jail. She is a low risk on the CPOT assessment score, which is consistent with an 87% public safety and an 83% court appearance rate. In terms of her criminal history, she doesn't have really a ton at all. It looks like the only conviction that she has is from 2020. She does not have any failures to appear for court. And Judge, ultimately, again, this is a case in which the court could impose least restrictive means in terms of issuing a GPS unit or something along those lines, as opposed to holding her in the county jail. Additionally, we do have some mental health concerns, and I don't think holding folks in the county jail based on those concerns is appropriate, and holding them on a monetary bond as opposed to releasing them and requesting that they get treatment. So Judge, for those reasons, based on her lack of criminal history, we are asking that the court impose a PR bond to allow her to be released and potentially seek mental health treatment.
Thank you. Before I address bond, I am going to put in place 2 protection orders, Ms. Lang. The protected parties are Judy Farron and Jay Farron. And I'm marking all boxes but box 6. I'll need you to sign and acknowledge these protection orders, but I want to explain to you what they mean. I'm ordering that you not harass, molest, intimidate, or retaliate against those folks, that you have no contact with them, either directly or indirectly, that you not go to their home or any location where they're likely to be found, and that you do not possess, purchase, or control a firearm or other weapon, and that you do not possess or consume alcohol or drugs without a doctor's prescription. Please do not say anything about the allegations. You have a constitutional right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. I just need a yes or no, ma'am. Do you acknowledge the 2 protection orders I'm putting in place?
No.
Okay.
You haven't prepared to know the other ones that were with Judy across the street. Mine are first, not hers. And the car was AI'd into the other.
Well, what I'm going to note is that Ms. Lang is making statements regarding the allegations despite the court's warnings, and that she's unwilling to acknowledge the protection orders. They are in effect because I've read them to her, and she has heard and understood them, but she will not acknowledge them on the record. So I'm going to set bond, but I'm not going to allow her to post the bond until she does sign those protection orders, because they are an important part of the bonds that I'm setting. The conditions of the $5,000 cash or surety bond that I'll set, I find it appropriate given the allegations here. I understand that there's mental health issues in place, but I'm concerned because the allegations are that she rammed her neighbor's car, and she resisted arrest and is alleged to have committed assault on a peace officer, which she was contacted by the police. I do have concerns for community safety and victim safety, despite her low risk. And I get that there's mental health issues at play, $5,000 cash or surety, no bond until defendant signs protection orders. Pretrial, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Comply with the protection orders and engage in any mental health evaluation and treatment that's recommended. Take prescribed mental health medications. Next court date will be April 24th at 10 a.m. for return filing of charges. Thank you.
The only reason she tried to walk away twice, so the second time she did walk away, is because she wasn't allowed to talk. No one would hear her. I don't know if, I mean, I'm sure there's some mental issues involved, but I think she's just, more of a Karen than anything else. Okay. Time for Fleischer. Let's go in for Fleischer. I don't know how much you guys already seen from today yet, but starting out the gate, he's great.
As the vehicle finally came to a stop, the approached the vehicle and detected an odor of marijuana, collected the now defendant's information, confirmed the vehicle was not stolen, and obtained from the movements. He entered the blue bag located in the front passenger seat that contained a black Taurus G2C semi-automatic 9mm pistol and a bag of marijuana, and due to the fact he's been charged with an unlawful carrying of a weapon.
You said something was stolen. What was stolen?
They were verifying that the vehicle was not stolen. They just saw there no license.
Got it. Mr. Henderson, do you have a license? If you want to see me sprout horns and a tail, drive again. I swear to God, you drive again, I'm going to have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get in a car and drive. You will now sign this affidavit promising me you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. I don't care if Jesus tells you to take the wheel. You drive, you will be doing a substantial amount of time in jail. As it stands now, I'm revoking your bond. I'm putting you in jail for picking up a new case.
Your Honor, if I may.
Sure.
The new UCW shows a personal bond. You're revoking the previous case, but
He got a PR bond on the new case too? Ixnay on the PR bond A. I will give you a lawyer today and we will talk. But I'm telling you now, your bonds are going sky high, Mr. Henderson. Please have him come swear to this and then we goes him back. Hey, Marcus, you ready?
Yes.
Come on.
This is Loa, L-O-A.
Buenos días, ¿qué tal? Párese aquí en el centro, por favor. Me llamo Luis, el intérprete, mucho gusto. Solo mire, le voy a decir la contesta en español.
Jose Loa.
Loa?
Mr. Loa, you
Sí,
were
señor.
charged with
Señor. Sí, señor.
You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir. Please don't say anything.
on April 13th, there was a traffic stop due to a running red light. The defendant was found to have slurred speech and red eyes. Officers found 1 bottle and 2 cans of beer. He admitted to drinking 6 at the bar with his friend. He scored a 6 on the HGM, 6 on the walk and turn, and 2 on the one leg stand. He consented to breath and blew a .08 twice.
So did they charge the open container? Did they say that it was cold to the touch? Anything like this?
They stated that 2 of the cans were empty. I'm not sure about the bottle. The information doesn't charge it. I'll amend it now, Judge.
Mr. Loa, I would hope that it's elementary that you're not supposed to consume alcohol while you are driving. That in and of itself is a minimum of 5 days in jail. And if you are not in this country with permission, you go to jail for that time. I will guarantee you that immigration will put a detainer on you. You will be stuck like Chuck in jail for the next year waiting for immigration to do what they do to you.
Hagan lo que van a hacer con usted.
Play it smart while you are in the free world, because if you don't,
Mientras está
I will
libre,
take the free world away from you.
el mundo libre a usted, señor.
You understand?
Yo. Sí, señor. Yes, sir.
I'm warning you not to consume
No
alcohol,
consuma alcohol.
illegal drugs,
Es ilegal.
or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you.
Vamos al azar.
Do you have a Texas driver license?
No, sir.
You will now sign this promise to me that you're not going to drive. I don't care what your excuse is. If you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You will be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get in a car and drive.
Cada vez que usted se monta
You
en un
understand?
auto, ¿entendió? Sí, señor. Yes, sir.
I'm absolutely serious. This is the only warning you're going to get from me. Take it well. If you don't,
Si no la tomas,
you're going to be stuck in jail for an extremely long time.
la cárcel por bastante tiempo.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I didn't catch it earlier. Did you impose an interlock on this case, Judge?
Is it a first?
It is, Judge.
Yes,
It's a
it is,
.08.
No prior DWIs?
En casos de mano.
Then I'm not going to.
Yes.
I'm assuming you want me to.
Of course he does, Judge.
Yes.
The state of Texas wants me to put an interlock on you. A device where you would take with you everywhere you go to prove to me you're not consuming alcohol. I'm going to trust that you're not going to consume alcohol now, Mr. Lower. But if I find that you do, the first thing I'll do, I'll put you in jail. The next thing I will put a monitor on you at all times. I'm going to trust you now. Do you understand?
Sí, señor. Yes, sir.
You have a lawyer. Good job on having a lawyer so quick. Because you have one, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Adroga and he'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me that he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games and not responding to his phone calls or text messages, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You will not get any more PR bonds.
Sí, tengo una fianza personal de parte mía.
For now, we'll have you go swear to us that you're not going to drive, then you'll get to go sign a reset. After that, you'll meet with Jeremiah for your bond conditions, then you're free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, so if you haven't been watching Judge Fleischer and you only get bits and pieces of him, I got to explain Mathis, okay? There's this single mother, Mathis, and her attorney is fighting almost every day for this woman. So the judge sentenced her that she has to come into court every Monday and every Thursday, and she has to test. And every Monday and every Thursday, this lawyer comes to court. Now, I know people who can't even get a lawyer to give them a phone call once a week. And this lawyer fights for her every single time that Mathis comes in. There's always a different problem. You know, she can't comply because of this. She can't comply because of that. So she comes today and you're going to see her. But I wanted to give you the backstory that she's been here multiple times with her lawyer, and her lawyer fights real hard for her. We'll see what happens today.
Page 8, Lopez Christopher, come on up.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you tell one conditions on Flores?
There was no going back to that,
Eyeglass.
yeah, that.
Yes, Judge.
No new cases.
Lopez.
Are you Christopher Lopez? Mr. Lopez, you're now charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and any abuse of the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
On April 11th, officers are conducting surveillance of a public parking lot located in Harris County. An account on Instagram promoted a parking lot takeover. Officers observed 60 to 70 vehicles in the parking lot, creating a pit in the center of the parking lot. A bright yellow Corvette was in the pit doing donuts, multiple donuts in the pit, and observed the yellow Corvette attempting to leave. They followed and conducted a traffic stop where it revealed the the now defendant's driver, and that he was previously arrested on October 8th, 2023 for racing in the same vehicle. Trying to figure it out.
You don't get it. So in this one here, he's doing donuts. What's he doing?
Yes, Judge. Video, rear end suspect counterclockwise circle pattern, slide 363, causing smoke to emanate from the rear tires. Second donut, more smoke. Within 10 to 15 feet of other vehicles that were occupied, and they were collision between this vehicle and other vehicles, and they were occupied.
Mr. Lopez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I know that I've already warned you that the legislature has made it extremely easy for the DA's office to seize that Corvette from you. If you continue to pick up these cases, it's going to happen. This is now your second case like this. I'm now taking away your privilege to drive. You were not allowed to drive whatsoever for any reason. Do you understand? Yes or no? If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. You will sign an affidavit before you leave today. You understand? If you drove here, you may not drive home. I don't care what your excuse is. You drive, you'll be doing a substantial amount of time in jail now. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you sign this. You'll get to Victoria where we're going to have you sign a reset. And then I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box while I get your bond conditions. Do you mind also filing no reckless driving, donuts, street takeovers? Come on.
Judge. Page 14 and 15. Stuart, Stephanie.
Flores. I'm working on the other ones.
Great. Thank you so much, Dan.
All right. Thomas, Justin. Page 16.
Did Stephanie Stewart check in? Stewart?
No, this is,
Can you have her come up,
page
please?
16, Thomas.
Yeah.
Justin.
Okay. Please. You were Justin Thomas.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Thomas, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you.
On April 14th, there was a traffic stop due to the defendant running a red light after driving another vehicle in front of the officer. The defendant was the driver and sole occupant of the vehicle. He had a moderate odor of alcohol on his breath and had slurred speech, red, watery, bloodshot eyes, and appeared to be disoriented. He had admitted to drinking 1 beer. He had 6 out of 6 on HGN, 4 out of 8 on walk and turn, and 2 out of 4 on one leg stand. DSE was read and he refused breath, and a blood warrant was executed. He has no prior conviction.
Okay, and it was for, you said running a red light, right?
Yes, Judge.
Right. Mr. Thomas, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, sir?
Yes.
You have valid liability insurance in your name.
Yes.
You may continue to drive. If it does become suspended, you may not drive. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or dope, you will go to jail. I see that you have a lawyer. Good job having a lawyer. Because you do, I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Ms. Penman. She'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court.
Thank you.
If she tells me she can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant. So for now, I'm going to have you go sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you meet with Jeremiah for your bond conditions, and then we'll just have you wait till your lawyer shows up. Okay, please.
Right this way. Page 1, brothers.
Hi, Herman.
Morning, Judge, how are you?
Oh, happy Friday.
Yeah, definitely happy Friday. Yeah. Oh, we got some helpers.
A little bit, I try.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Jeremiah.
Colton Brothers.
Sir.
Mr. Brothers, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense, you're also charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. I think that's it. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
On April 12, 2024, officer dispatched to a major accident located in Harris County. On arrival, he was flagged down by witnesses who stated that he observed a maroon vehicle driving at a high rate of speed on the main lanes of the East Freeway. It said he passed his motor vehicle at unsafe speeds and later involved in a collision. Witness stopped to check on the occupants of both vehicles and saw occupants of this vehicle walking away from the crash. Officers observed a female with blood covering her face and a white male walking on the roadway staggering, and ordered both individuals to stop, and the female complied. This now defendant did not comply and resisted while being cuffed. He ordered the defendant to stop multiple times. He pulled away. Officers deployed a taser and struck the defendant in the front. But one of the pros penetrated skin and he continued to resist. IDing him, the non-defendant refused SFSTs and the DIC was read and the blood warrant was executed.
Mr. Brothers, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case on both cases. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, sir? Do you have valid liability insurance in your name? I am now putting a restriction on your license. You are not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock, you will go to jail. I will revoke your bond on both of your cases. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming either, you'll go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds.
Yes, sir.
You've got a great lawyer here. Listen to Herman. He'll take care of you. If Herman tells me that you've gone AWOL, that you're not to be found, I will likewise revoke your bond.
Yes, sir.
No drinking, no dope. If you don't have a license, don't drive, and stay in contact with Herman.
Sir.
We clear?
Judge, we have a June 27th reset date just for Mr. Brothers' benefit. He does not have to appear, is that correct?
Correct. But you must stay in touch with Herman. He'll tell you when you have to come back to court, when
Yes, sir.
typically all the evidence is in, unless, and hopefully there are no bond violations, all right?
Yes, sir.
We'll have you meet with Victoria, then you'll meet with Jeremiah for your bond condition, then you guys are free to go.
Sir.
Thanks.
Next client is Mr. Sanchez, Your Honor. He is a Spanish speaker. I don't know if you.
No, just for the first setting, let me get Luis here. He's not far.
I'll text him again. Go ahead and send Jeremiah.
Mr. Vasquez, you are charged with driving while your license is suspended.
Yes, sir.
You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer, the lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
On March 17th, officers were patrolling when they observed a pickup brake and the rear brake light was out. Officers initiated a traffic stop and made contact with the now defendant, who was the driver. When officers asked for a driver's license, the defendant stated that he did not have one. They ran him in TCIC and CIC with his information and found that he was ineligible for a driver's license because his license was suspended on March 11, 1995. He was suspended in 1995 and his license expired in 2007. He was taken to JPC. He has a prior conviction of the same on.
Two priors.
Well,
Two prior suspended license, right?
yes, 2 priors here. He also has a more recent DWI conviction in Fort Bend in 2019 and another 2004.
So he has 2 prior DWIs.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Vasquez, good things do not happen when you get into a car. So don't get into a car. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have you sign an affidavit with me today, promising me that you're not to drive. Until you have a license, you may not drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You drive, you'll be doing a hefty time in jail. If that's the
Hefty.
only way that we can get through to you, then that's so be it.
Mhm.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm retired already. I'm receiving Social Security.
How much do you receive in Social Security, sir?
1,200.
Would you like me to appoint you a lawyer today?
Yes, sir.
You also realize that a third DWI, you're facing up to 10 years in prison, sir.
Yes.
So above all else, I would never, ever get into a car, even if you've had one beer. But for now, don't get into a car anyways, for any reason.
Ride your bike.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
This is an affidavit that you will be signing, a court order promising us you're not to drive. I don't care what your excuse is. If you drive, it's a long time in jail. You understand? All right, I'll have you come up here, swear to this. I'm gonna have you sign a reset with Victoria, and then I'm gonna have you take a seat in the jury box while I find you a lawyer.
Okay.
Please.
All right, Judge, page
All right.
1718, Walker. Raise your right hand. You swear that you don't have any motor vehicle with the court approval?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can go ahead and do it. Go ahead and sign
Yes, ma'am.
Are you Taryn Walker?
Yes, yes, sir.
Mr. Walker, you're charged with 2 counts of possession of, no, sorry. 1 count of possession of marijuana. The other one is possession of a controlled substance. On the weed case, you're facing up to 6 months in jail. On your other case, on the pill case, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you can afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
November 11th, officer observed vehicle with a defective brake light, and upon a traffic stop, made contact with the now defendant who's operated the vehicle. Noticed a strong odor of marijuana coming from the vehicle, and when asked the defendant when he last smoked, he said earlier in the day. When the officer asked the defendant if he was still in possession of marijuana, the defendant began reaching for the marijuana. Asked the defendant to step out of the vehicle and detained him. A probable cause search found a prescription bottle inside of a backpack with approximately 15 grams of Xanax and another bag containing 2.82 ounces of marijuana. The backpack was on the center seat of the back.
Okay. Mr. Walker, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, sir?
Yes, sir.
Can you run his license, please?
Yes, Judge.
Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
No, sir.
Then you're not allowed to drive.
Yes, sir.
Until you have liability insurance in your name, you're not to drive. And I'm going to have you sign an affidavit promising me that you're not going to drive. If you drive, you'll be going to jail for a long time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
Okay, I'm 26.
26.
Sir.
What do you do in life, sir?
I do Uber Eats and Lyft,
Uber?
sir.
What?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that Uber is going to employ you without insurance?
No, sir.
Right. Not a smart move. Don't do it because you're going to get in a lot of trouble.
Eligible, Judge.
I have people that come in here, they get into an accident and create $30,000 to $40,000 worth of damage in an automobile accident. They're called accidents because that's what they are. They're not on purpose. It's just something happens, even if it's not your fault. Some force comes in and causes you to wreck, like Bambi runs across you. They will come after you personally, get a judgment against you, and take everything you own. That's why you have liability insurance, where you pay $20 a month to protect you in the event that that happens.
Yes, sir.
Do not drive.
Yes, sir.
Melissa, I filed the other bond conditions and the motion to amend the information on the.
Okay. for now, I'm going to give you a lawyer so that you can talk to someone about this. If you can prove to me that you can get liability insurance in your name, we can talk about you driving, but until that point, there's no driving whatsoever.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't care what your excuse is.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria, and then I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. I'll find you a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
Please.
I like the suit, guys. I like the color.
No,
It looks good.
He is kind of incredibly well. It's good for him.
Does he have good convincing powers?
No, it's just the way the case is staggered. He got. Yeah,
Come on up, Mr. McCallum.
No, sir.
How's jail?
The first time, not too good.
Really? You keep doing stuff that lands you there. So either it must be really fun or something's awry. So Sonia here has asked me to get you and set you a bond to allow you to get out in the free world.
Yes, sir.
Let's think about this. Do you deserve a bond?
Honestly, yes, sir. I've been in jail, sitting here like 2 months now, and just really want to just go back to my job, really, so I can get back to continue working.
Problem is that when you get out, you go to a different state and you pick stuff up. Right? So for now, you were wanted out of the state of Mississippi. They've got you on, is it a felony evading arrest?
Yes, Judge. Felony evading motor vehicle.
Invading in a motor vehicle. And what happened in Florida now?
So he was originally charged with continuous in Harris County in 2021, and it was originally set for jury trial, but he had a bond violation on August 2023, and pursuant to the revocation, he then bond forfeited on September 15, 2023. Then in Florida, they apprehended him on a fugitive warrant from our jurisdiction, and then after he came here in between that time, he committed a new violation for not appearing in Mississippi, and now we're revoking back to Mississippi, pursuant to him revoking from from Florida for ours. So he had a
So would we really let you go?
But no, I didn't catch a charge in Florida. I was down there working, and I got pulled over while I was down there working, and they said I had a warrant for down here. I didn't catch no charge in Florida. I'm from Mississippi.
Correct.
Yes, sir. I'm from Mississippi. So I ended up here because the refinery's out here, and my job contracted me out here. I was working here, and I caught the charge here. And then when I bonded out, you know, they told me that I couldn't stay with my victim no more, so I had to move back home. And when I moved back home, that's when I had ended up with the Mississippi case.
the original charge was in April of 2023. He just failed to appear, and the new warrant for failing to appear in court was January of this year. That's how it's staggered. That's why he didn't get taken in before when he was originally extradited. Because he didn't forfeit until January after the other.
So how many times has he taken flight?
Technically only 2. But he's technically violated 4.
Only 2.
So it's just the way it's staggered, he only got extradited for the fugitive warrant in 2 different states twice.
I don't have faith that if I let you out, you're gonna go to Mississippi. I think you're gonna take flight again. You're gonna ghost us again.
Sir, well, I have court here. I got trial start here next month on May 13th. But I live in Mississippi, so I have to go to court in Mississippi because I live there. I gotta come here because I have a paid lawyer for my trial date start next month on May 13th.
Just so the court knows, it got changed after the got forfeited. It's no longer a jury trial setting, it's a pre-trial. I don't know if
You're not set for trial.
I mean, it was originally set for trial, he is correct, and then it said originally for 517, and then I guess after they revoked it, or something happened with the.
Let me see, perhaps they appointed you a new lawyer and your new lawyer has to get apprised of the situation.
Yes, sir.
Regardless though, I don't have faith that you're gonna do what you're supposed to do. You know, you can't, you go to Florida, you go to Mississippi, you go to Texas. I mean, what's next? Alabama?
My job is a contract, I'm a subcontractor.
You're like playing hopscotch with states.
I'm saying my job is a contracting job, so my job, I travel with my job. If you can see my record, I never really got in no trouble but these 2 times right here. It's my first time 2 times in jail in 20 years. I never been in no trouble. It's my first 2 times going to jail.
What other priors does he have?
So
Traffic.
in Florida, he did have 1, 2, 3. There are 3 moving infractions, but he also resisted an officer, which is an actual charge. And it ended up getting dismissed, so it's not a conviction, but that was in between all the charges because that arrest was on September 2023 in Florida, not Mississippi.
Yeah.
And then
Regardless, I just don't have faith, man. Don't, at some point, it's gonna catch up with you. Now's that time.
George Michael says you gotta have faith.
Sure.
And well, my case in Mississippi, I wasn't aware of a law enforcement, you know what I mean? So to the reason I got the case, I wasn't aware about anybody was a law enforcement. How I got the case is, you know, just the police. I was in my hotel room and the police, an unmarked vehicle pulled up and I just pulled off. So once I seen it was the police, I pulled over for them. I got on the ground, I got out the truck and I was laying down on the ground once they arrived to me.
Evading this warrant here in Harris County.
Warrant here is Harris County. They scheduled me for court on a Tuesday and the judge wasn't here. And then so they scheduled me for the next Tuesday. And within me living from Mississippi, I can't live here. They told me because me and the victim had a case together. They told me I couldn't live here no more. So I went back to Mississippi, you know, where I live in now. That's the reason why that it's I got an FTA because I didn't show up to court because they scheduled me 2 weeks prior, 1 week they scheduled me for court and I had to drive from Mississippi and the judge wasn't here. So they scheduled me for the following next week. So I went back home to work as I do. And I asked my public attorney, can I do a Zoom call? And he said he was gonna let me know, but prior to that, he didn't get back with me in contact in time. So the only reason why I missed court because I was working, you know, I worked in a refinery. So it's not like I knew I had court and I tried to miss court. I didn't.
You did though.
Yes, sir.
But you did.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
did.
sir.
So I just don't have confidence that you're gonna do what you need to do if it's too many times from Mr. McAlpin. So I'm gonna leave it as is. And then, so the option now is if you want to waive formal extradition, right? What that means is they have 14 days to come get you. If Mississippi doesn't come get you in 14 days, they release you. Okay, I'll let you guys talk about that to see if that's something that you want to do. If not, we'll just get a day to get a governor's warrant to get you back. Okay. Thanks.
Steve is the only one who picked up that he's gonna act as attorney, which I think is a felony.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey.
We're working on Julio Guzman for
Mr. Guzman.
Yes.
So you're charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to 6 months of jail and or a $2,000 fine. What are we doing? Mr. Williams, okay. 3 days with 8 days credit. Is this what you want to do, Mr. Guzman?
I do indeed.
What did he say?
I do indeed.
I didn't hear what he said.
You do indeed.
He do the deed?
Say yes, sir, or no, sir.
I do indeed.
I got to know that you understand what's going on, Mr. Guzman.
Yes.
You were giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf.
I did it, sir. I did it.
Be quiet, wait till he's done.
It's okay. It's all right. You can. You were giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You can never come back and change this. Is this what you want to do, Mr. Guzman?
I live with my decisions. That's responsibility.
How do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you
guilty for that. That I am guilty of.
Well, I feel for you, Mr. Guzman. Unfortunately, that you won't be able to get released just yet, but at least you're done with this one here. I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I'll roll your court costs. You won't owe anything. And good luck to you, sir.
May all the guilty carry their guilt, even in secret.
Yeah, what he said.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He had an ag assault. What?
Yeah, ag assault retaliation. This guy.
What's one ag assault between friends?
Wait, is this one? It's not in a ring, sitting there, right? Did you talk to Delia? This was
He threatened someone with a shovel. A shovel.
I mean, like if it's in a ring.
Yeah. I'm sorry. There we go.
Okay, we'll see how this goes, but I'll do this. I'll do it simultaneously, then I'll ask you to come in and I'll see what happens.
Sonia, what's the word? Mr. Who? Oh, Rooker. Come up, Mr. Rooker. I had hoped, Mr. Rooker, that by putting you in jail, we would have gotten across to you. But I don't know if that happened because we ordered you to go take a drug test. You went there, you got impatient and you just left and you didn't take a test. Tell me if it's different.
The entire time until I could test. The instructor there told me the only thing I could do, because I've never been in trouble. It's my first time ever testing. And due to traumatic incidents as a child, it made it a bit difficult to test with another man in the room. He told me all I could do was call her. I called multiple times, but she was in a meeting at that moment, and I couldn't. And I had to go to bail bond. Bail bond kept calling me, and they informed me that if I don't go there, I'll get a violation for bail bond. I never thought that I would get a violation. If I were to leave, I would have stayed there. I would still stay there as long as I need to stay there.
You didn't test.
And he told me all I could do was stay there. I talked to Miss Richardson. She told me, because I came back after, and she told me that they closed at 4:30. On the website, it said they closed at 6:15. And she told me not to come back until Friday.
He did call me. I was meeting with the client and could not talk with him when he called. He was calling me to find out what he should do because the bonding company. And because he couldn't get in touch with me, he went to deal with the bonding company, and that is why he left. He did call a couple of times, I believe, to see about testing, actually advised him to go and do a test. So that is all true. I don't believe that he was trying to.
Let's send him for a test right now, please. Go ahead and take a seat, sir. Yeah. Sonia, he must come back. He has to come back. Okay. Hey, Herman, you ready? Yeah, come on.
No, admonishments first, for Raymond. Right here.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Soy Luis.
Con confianza, usted no responde en
Hágase aquí
español,
en el
¿ok?
centro.
Mira, el juez también
Mira
habla
nada más a
español.
él, le contesta español nada más, no me mira a mí.
Vázquez Pérez.
You're Antonio Vasquez Perez.
Exacto. Solo español. Le acabo de decir solo español.
Yo también.
¿Hablan inglés? Entonces solo español. Hágame el favor.
We're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir. Okay.
On April 14th, officers were dispatched to a single vehicle accident. They observed heavy damage to this defendant's vehicle in the middle lanes of the freeway. The defendant was observed standing next to the vehicle with red glossy eyes, swaying while standing, and a strong odor of alcohol on his breath. The defendant gave his vehicle keys to the officer and admitted he was driving home from a bar where he drank 3 beers. He had 6 on HGN, 7 on walk and turn, 2 on one leg stand. DIC was red, and he had a BAC of 0.163 and 0.171. No history, Judge.
Mr. Vasquez Perez, are you a United States citizen?
¿Es un ciudadano americano?
No.
No.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
So, sin permiso. Sin permiso. Without permission.
Do you know what happens if you go to jail?
¿Usted va a una cárcel, señor?
No.
No.
If you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put a detainer on you. You will remain in custody until immigration decides what to do with you, which is either deport you or let you go. Unfortunately, you will wait at least 9 months waiting for immigration to do anything with you because of how backed up they are. That's what you have waiting for you if you go to jail. Anyone here who depends on you will be stuck because you will be in jail. Do you understand?
¿Sí entiende? Hable más fuerte.
Sí, señor. I am now finding probable cause in your case. I am putting conditions on your bond. If you violate these conditions, I will put you in jail. And if you are unlucky enough, you're going to be there for an extremely long time. Do you understand? The first and the most important thing I'm telling you is do not drive. I will have you sign a promise with me. This is an affidavit that you're going to make today, promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what your excuse is. If you drive, you will be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive, because every time you drive, it's an offense in and of itself. I am also ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or dope, likewise, I will put you in jail.
Yes, sir.
This is the only warning that you will get from me. Some people take it, some people don't, and they only learn the hard way. If you don't believe me, ask Herman. For now, we will have you sign this. We will have you go on your way. You must stay in contact with Herman. If Herman tells me that he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, likewise, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Just for Mr. Vasquez Perez's information, Judge, his appearance waived so long as he complies with the court's conditions and keeps in touch with me.
Yes.
Just like you.
You must stay in contact. Do not drive.
No maneje bajo ninguna circunstancia.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Okay, please. Hey, look.
Okay, guys, the results of the poll are in. We had a poll. Fuzzy wanted a poll on, are we feeling his jacket? Like his color, his jacket. How does the judge look today? So earlier, people didn't like it. I like it. I'm just saying I like it. The poll now is 87% like his outfit today, and 13% don't. But the thing about it is, all the stuff this judge does, I think people talk about his clothing more than anything else that they talk about.
I warmed them up for you.
What did you make him upset?
No. Well, did I make you upset this morning?
No.
See?
Never makes me upset. We love him.
I gotta prepare myself.
Oh, Your Honor, it's a pleasure and a privilege. Happy Friday.
What's up?
Well, I've got a gentleman on your docket, Mr. Sanders. Well, I'm
Okay.
glad to say that he has not violated any bond conditions recently. We had a plethora of problems that we got resolved. He has two felonies that are pending upstairs that have been reset for 2 weeks. The state is talking to the complaining witness in the assault case up there, who is the same as the complaining witness down here. We want to ask for 2 weeks.
Okay, what's going on upstairs? Because how old is this case now?
They're going to dismiss the theft case when we deliver the property, which is in a storage facility. And they've set 2 meetings in person with a complaining witness, and she's not come to either one. So what I'm saying is we ought to be able to get them all resolved by the time we come back in 2 weeks.
What do they have said? Anything upstairs? Have they given you any guidance at all? Have they?
It looks like this is gonna more likely be resolved with the felonies because it's all same people.
Okay, well, today was clear trial, so.
I say that's.
I understand, Judge, but can we just reset it to the day after the felony, see what happens with the felony, because they are evaluating it.
It's what, if nothing happens,
So we said it.
done. Okay.
But she won't believe me, Your Honor. She might believe you.
Lopez Christopher? When's the felony?
Ms. Chisholm,
Okay. Signing your bond conditions, so I'll give you a copy.
Good morning, Judge.
hey,
Yes, Judge, on Miss Mathis.
There we go, guys. Mathis is up.
did Mathis check in?
She checked in, you know.
And her
Yes,
excellent lawyer.
Judge.
Please. Come up, Miss Mathis.
So this is your bond conditions, this is your next court date, you're free to go. All right, go ahead and sign the
Bond, phrase, bond, phrase,
So you know your lawyer is here on Zoom. Are you going to be here today or are you still on Zoom, Ms. Chisholm?
You're on, we can be on Zoom. Do I need to come in? I'm about 10, 15 minutes away. Do I need to come in?
I don't think so, but just regardless, let's talk about why you're here. You were sent to take a drug test. You test positive for opiates.
Yes, Judge. I had emailed, I believe I CC'd you and Mr. Petrov on those emails for her prescription. She's been on oxycodone for a minute now.
And Judge, those emails should have said, included you as well. So you can see the prescriptions as well.
Where does she get it from? Who prescribes this medication for her?
Her doctor, Judge?
Which one?
Which doctor? That I'm not sure of, Judge. She'd be
Hold on
able
a
to
second.
answer that.
Let me see if I can print this out.
Yes, Judge.
I'm looking for Sonia.
She's got a Andrew Jones and a Christina Itata. Those are her providers, Judge. Her office is 8301 Katy Freeway. And there are numbers on there for verification as well.
Take a seat for me in the jury box, man. Do you mind printing that out for me, please? I'm gonna go call these people real quick, Chisholm.
Yes, Judge, sounds good.
Thomas, get here. You, Emmanuel Thomas.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Thomas, what time does court start? No. 8:30. Please be here on time. Mr. Thomas, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present and questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you.
On April 12th, officer with the property manager of the signature stating several subjects appeared to be selling narcotics out of a room located at the business. The manager reported that various individuals were frequently entering and exiting the room and loitering outside the door. Upon arrival, the strong odor of marijuana was smelled from the parking lot, and the door was observed open. After further investigation in plain view were several bags containing a green leafy or marijuana. As the officer approached the room, he observed the unidentified male sitting in the driver's seat of the vehicle with clear baggies containing marijuana and approached the vehicle. Additionally, a strong odor of marijuana was emanating from the vehicle. The now defendant was a driver who was detained. As search yielded baggies containing 0.252 ounces of marijuana found in the driver's seat. This defendant is on bond for a state jail felony marijuana charge.
He's on bond for a felony weed case, and he just now picked up another weed case. Do we know what the felony court's going to do?
They filed a motion to revoke on April 15th, but they haven't had that hearing yet that I know of. No, it's set for June 12th, but if they just filed it, I would imagine they're going to want if they notify the court to set a hearing for the pretrial officer. I'm presuming they're getting the information from their CSO. But also note is that in this court, he had a prior dismissed marijuana charge on April 4th as well. So this would.
Mr. Thomas, do you have a Texas driver license? You are not allowed to drive. If I find that you drive, I will have a, look at me. If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? You're signing an affidavit with me today promising me that you're not going to drive until you have a license and liability insurance. Do not drive. I'm now ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. And I'm telling you now, I'm going to test you in 30 days from today. You test positive for dope, for marijuana, I will put you in jail. And if you can't stop, I will put you in a rehab program in the jail that lasts for a minimum of 9 months if you respond well to treatment. You understand?
Getting old does suck.
So Jeremiah, 30 days from today, let's see. Yep. Mr. Thomas, you're going to get tested on that day. Do you know what happens if you test positive? What happens? Right. Not only that, but it's very possible now that they revoke your bond in your felony case as well, because you're on bond for a felony dope case. You just now picked up another one. And they filed a motion to revoke. So get ready because it's at some point they're going to revoke that felony bond and a new felony warrant will issue. I would be very careful and talk to your lawyer as soon as you can. I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'll get you to Victoria. We're going to get you out of here to hire a lawyer. And then after that, we'll get you to Jeremiah for your bond conditions. Stop smoking weed. If you want to do that, go to California, Colorado. You can do it as much as you want there. You live in Texas. That way.
I hope he picks Colorado because I can get more courtrooms in Colorado.
Homicide investigators.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have, hey, let me see who we got. See if we got a week just to get the approval from Beadle, because all they needed to do was get the bond reinstated. 247-5904. Are you Nicholas Christian Riojas?
Yes.
Mr. Christian Riojas, you're wanted out of the state of California for murder. Are you waiving formal extradition, sir? Okay. All right, I guess we'll just put you back for the moment, and then we have some people that just want to talk to you, okay? Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, thanks, guys.
He's so nice.
All right. Mr. McCallum, are you waiving formal extradition, sir? Okay, great. Mr. Dong, who's this?
This is Mr. Kenneth Nguyen, Judge. He's going to plead on theft and have the criminal trespass dismissed.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Absolutely.
Hello? Yes. Hey, hi, Myra. She's not. Really? Interesting. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care. Okay, so you said Nguyen, right?
Yes, sir. Kenneth Nguyen.
All right, Mr. Nguyen, you were charged with theft. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You're also charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in that one. So to dismiss the trespass.
I'm served on the.
Mr. Nguyen, do you know what happens if you pick up another theft?
No.
Guess.
I told you they can send you the felony. They don't pick up any more thefts. Right?
What happens if you pick up another theft? Right. And then how much time are you looking at?
2 years.
Very good. Are you going to do it again? We shall see. The only thing I know is that even if you pick up a pack of gum, you will be doing a serious amount of time in prison. You understand, sir? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never come back and change this or challenge this. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 8 days that you've done. Good luck to you, sir. Okay. Yeah. I think, does he need to sign with you? We need Mr. Nguyen to sign his documents. So, okay.
He can't.
He can move his arm and hand up. Sure. He does not have to follow.
Okay.
Mr. Garris.
Yes, Judge?
What's up, bud?
Hey, Judge, just feeling a little under the weather, but I know I need to approach on Miss Stewart.
Okay, I'm sorry, James. Tell me, what's going on with you?
So, Miss Stewart, she's been in bond forfeiture since it looked like September of 22, and it looks like she got picked up.
Stewart.
Page 1415.
She has 3 animal cruelty cases, Judge. Is she there in the courtroom?
She is.
Okay.
It's not just a no. It's a hell no. Come up, Miss Stewart. Your case is 1,258 days old. You have been given PR bond after PR bond after PR bond after PR bond. It ends today. You should not have been given another PR bond. Stewart, it is 223-3769, one of 3 cruelty to animal cases. I will have you going back, speak to your lawyer now. No more PR bonds. It ends today. She goes with you, please. And then James, do you need the phone number for the holdover?
Yes, Judge. Let me,
Which one?
I'm gonna say 2689.
Okay, 2689.
okay, 2689.
Yeah. If for some reason that doesn't work, just let me know.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. Yes, Judge?
Tell me.
So she said that she wouldn't be able to make any bond. She does have 6 children. She's currently unemployed and she's on SSI.
Yes.
And then they're like.
Did you take a test? Wonderful. That's all we ask. And stay out of trouble and don't take pills. Because the next time you do, you're going to be staying with me and I will put you in a rehab facility. What I will do is I will find you and hold you in contempt, slap you with 180 days in jail. I will probate it for 2 years. As part of your probation, I will put you into an inpatient rehab facility. I don't want to do it. I don't like putting people in jail. But if that's the only way that we're going to get through to you to not take pills, then that's what we have to do. It's mind over matter. That's all it is. You have to have the mind to overcome it. And if you need to do that by finding another outlet, then you need to do it.
That leaves me out.
I have 4 kids. They drive me up the freaking wall every damn day. And it would be easy for me to beat them to hell in submission. But my aggression, I exercise. I run. I'm a running fool. I run 4.5 miles every single day to help me deal with my aggression, my anxiety, and any issues that I have. You need to find an outlet and find something to do, because when you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive. I know you because I am you. I'm telling you this because I'm the same way. But I've found a creative way to release. And I've already told him that the problem with pills is you take too much, you put your lungs to sleep and you die. You don't know it, you don't want to do it, but you just become too accustomed to it. You need more to get high. You need more, you need more. God forbid you get one of these that has fentanyl and then you're really hosed. But we need to find something for you to do. What does he do now? Good. You look, as long as you don't pick up a new case, you're doing great. We all take it day by day, and that's all you need to do. You get up in the morning, you put your pants on one leg at a time, and then you handle your day. Unfortunately, yes, while this case is open, it's going to hinder your ability. So the idea is to try to get this done and past us as quick as possible. Where are we with the case? Do you have an offer now from Pavel?
When I started, she said that they need to be the first from the latest from the AFL, the complainants do not want to.
Pavel, hey, can you help me out?
Yes.
We're talking on Rooker. He wants to start working and start doing things, but it's unable to because of the case. So where are we with it? Discovery, and then can we get offers so we can?
It's DVD. I can bring them up for offers, Your Honor, but the case itself.
Is it who is it? Is it Haley? I thought, did she not just get transferred to animal cruelty?
No, she's handling both.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, she's handling DVD for like a couple courts and then also animal cruelty.
Oof, man, really down prosecutors.
Yeah, so
Sheesh.
it looks like everything's complete on the AFM, but with regards to the new violation, we're missing 911, the red and medical records, Judge, but the medical records are
Okay. Will you please reach out to her and?
Yes, I'll bring it over.
We're gonna get the DAs here to see what we can do about trying to work the case out and try to get you something. In the interim, you got to get a job. You got to find something to do. No matter what it is, don't set your expectations up here yet. You'll get there. Start low and you work your way up. Did you graduate from high school? Great. What about college? Any thought to college? Say that again?
I am the college. He doesn't want to go, but I'm not making him, so he needs to train.
No, make him.
He needs to train. He needs to do something. All students aren't college bound, but they do trades, technical trade. I want him to do, so he has to be ready. But I think he.
If you start doing like welding, you can really make a lot of money doing welding. It's fun. And I'm telling you, welders make a ton of money too, if you start doing that. So hold on a second.
But I can't get this case.
Let me see if I can print this out.
Lily will be coming.
She's coming? Great.
No, she's in here.
We already did her, I just want to make sure that we're good. You can sign it.
Hey, how do I print this? Do you know how to print this? Like just.
Bravo.
Yes, I think you said 5:14.
Hey, how do I hit print on just the if I want to print a web page, do you know how to do that?
Right click on it.
Right click. Oh, okay, I'm going to print you out something here. All I did was just a quick Google search. When you go home, call these people and start saying, hey, how can I become an apprentice for a welding job? And you might have to cold call, but that's how you start. We all got to start somewhere. Try that. you know? And what I'll do is I will also, between now and the next time, see that if there's like some kind of job corps or, because I know that with the AFL-CIO, which is the labor union, they have these organizations and job fairs and stuff, and I'll see, and I can try to call and see what we can do about finding you something. In the interim, start doing this for yourself. Try this. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Okay? Might give me this thing, please. Thanks. And then for now, just if you kindly wait, we're going to wait for the prosecutor to come up and we'll try to see about working. So, of course.
Judge.
Tell me.
Yes, is the DA in there? Is Babel in there?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, he's here.
Can you write up James Musgrove for time served?
Yes, ma'am.
And then, so Haley can also come up to talk to us. Hey, James.
Yes, Judge.
Haley's coming up now, so we also need her to talk about Stewart.
Okay.
It'll be Lily, but she's coming.
Okay.
Lily Rodriguez.
Oh, okay.
She's in UD too. So.
Got it. They're coming up now, so we can talk about that case as well.
All right, thank you, Judge.
These are no good. I call 4 different providers. None of them have a valid prescription for Oxy for you.
From Dr. Salvatore as well, Judge?
Correct.
I called their office and they said she came to pick it up yesterday.
She may have come to pick something up, but they never prescribed. They pick, I don't know, maybe she's mistaken, but when I called, they had never given her a prescription for oxycodone. So I called these 3 places and a 4th, none have given you a prescription for oxycodone. So unless you have a better place that you got it from, tell me.
Well, Your Honor, and that was a question that I have for them as well. However, the monitoring system is statewide. It's owned by the state. It's not something that she can get on her own. So the fact that they had it, at least someone with a MD, I believe, prescribed it.
What?
I was saying that since it's the prescription monitoring system that provides these prescriptions, it's actually someone prescribes them. So I'm not sure if Dr. Salvatore herself prescribed it, but they were able to print it out and give her the fact that she had been prescribed these medications.
I called all the providers and no one had prescribed her oxycodone.
I'm trying to understand how it must have gotten to the state system in that regard. I'm not sure how that may have happened. She didn't print it out herself. She got it from an actual doctor's office.
I guess let's do this. I'm gonna put her in back. If you want to call back in the holdover so you guys can talk to figure something out, perhaps she can give you more information. But as it stands now, I don't know where she got it. Not only that, I will not allow you to pill mill Oxy to kill yourself. I'm now going to put your name on the Texas Prescribing Monitoring Program so that you can't pill mill oxycodone. I'm not going to let you kill yourself, mate. If you want to kill yourself elsewhere, great. But it's not going to happen with me. And you will now be monitored so you cannot just go from one doctor to the other to start getting Oxy everywhere. You understand? Because you're going to kill yourself with this. Or more importantly, take it, get in a car and kill someone else. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the public by any means necessary. She'll go with you for now, and then I'll have Chisholm call you back there and we can figure out where we're going from here.
Yes, Judge. Yes, Judge. Okay, Judge, for the meantime, can I be excused to give her a call?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
Thanks.
She'll be back.
How's it going? Yeah, I feel your pain. Are you doing animal cruelty as well?
Yes.
what should we do? Have you spoken to James regarding Miss Stewart? I have Lily Rodriguez here, James.
Oh, okay. I sent my email to Haley O'Brien.
No, sorry? She's in ERD, so she's helping out.
Okay. Yeah, I think that any bond you set, Judge, she won't be able to make. So I don't know if Lily would be willing to give her time served, or we can roll it to early next week, whatever you want to do.
Tell me what you think.
I think we need to roll it because we need to speak to the chief of him.
Okay.
Which is 3 cases open.
Is all the evidence in?
I believe so, Judge. I mean, the cases are very old. I'm pretty sure we had all the discovery from Casey Herring, the prior animal cruelty prosecutor.
Okay. So let's do that. You want to do it to Monday? Monday, James?
That will be fine with me, Judge.
Is that
Do you want
okay?
to
Is it too
bring
soon?
her out to set her
Fine.
bonds?
Yeah, I'm yanking, I'm going to leave it as is, and I'm just going to yank the PR bond. That's it.
Okay, so she'd have to make $2,500 bonds on each case?
Do you have a counter?
No, I'm just asking. Well, I guess my counter would be 1,000 each.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Okay, I don't know if she'll be able to make it, but maybe she can, because then it would be 3,000 total.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we need to bring her out?
No, I mean, I don't, unless you want to talk to her for something.
No, I can call her in the holdover again and explain it to her.
Okay. Yeah, if you could just, that way you could let her know about the bonds, huh?
Yes, Judge, 1,000 each, and it'll be rolled to Monday.
1001?
No, 1,003. Yeah. Okay. Who do we have here?
It's Mr. Musgrove.
Got it.
11 days, Judge.
All right. All right. Good morning, Mr. Musgrove. Sir, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and a
Harlan?
$1,000 fine.
Bert? I think he's friends with, we knew the wife or something, or.
You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement that they are offering you. Did you say 8? What did you say?
11 days, but 11.
11 days in jail with credit for the 11 days that you've already done, meaning that you're done today. However, it will go on your record. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail if you ever pick up another case. Do you understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Do you understand? Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense, sir? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks.
Thank you, Judge. Sorry I was so late.
You're not late. We love you. Have a great week. Prescription monitoring program so that anytime you get a controlled substance, it's entered into an actual database so they can see it. And so if someone is script hopping, they can see every time. And so if they see too many scripts from different doctors, it stops. And it puts the people on notice. And then, because then the doctors will get in trouble, then doctors get charged, for running a pill mill. So the last time she was in 23, January of 23 for Oxy. So, okay. Yes, that's a great idea. Good. Okay. Come up, guys. Mom, you can come up.
And through DVD, it's a monitor.
That's okay. Good. I think that's the way to go. Yeah. So there's good news for you, right? We had the district attorney come up earlier, said that you guys can apply for the pretrial intervention program. Not many people can do it. It's a program that if you are granted entry, not many people are given, and you complete it successfully, both of your cases will get dismissed. But it's hard. It's not easy. The first thing you need to do is to apply. And I will tell you now, the more heart you put into your application, the better result you will get. If you give them something on a bar napkin, don't expect a good result, right? You need to do what's called a mitigation packet, which was something above and beyond because number one, of your drug issues. Number two, you picked up a case while you're on bond for another case. So you need to put together an application of everything that's gone on in your life, and it needs to be really good. You give it to Sonia. Sonia will help you prepare it, and then you give it to district attorneys, and if they deem it good enough, they'll grant you entry into a program, which is probably a year to 2 years. You'll have to do an anger management program. You'll also have to do drug classes, but if you complete it successfully, you don't end up with a conviction. And that's great because these two type of cases will kill your career even before it starts. As you now see, you can't even get a job and you're only charged. What do you think will happen if you get a conviction? Like you're really hosed, right? This is the way to go. This is the way to do it. No more dope, because I'm telling you, it will absolutely derail your career before it even started. So we'll give you, I mean, it's not old, right, Sonia? So we will give you a normal reset, which is around a month for you guys to get this packet together. I still want you to start doing AA and NA classes, get me proof, and I still want you to do drug testing.
Actually, I've attended a couple of NA.
Wonderful, because I was going to ask you about that.
Yes, sir. And he also started the IOP program this semester. So I got all of that. And he had orientation.
Great. It's really great. You're really on your way to getting these things resolved in a video. And I don't see it. I'm telling you, we see the worst of the worst here. There's only two ways you can go. You can go up or you can go way down. And luckily you have a mom who cares that's here with you. So you're on the right track. Just keep it on the up and up, and things will go well for you. Okay.
Regarding this test, he is going stop smoking, and those levels should start to come down.
When is the last time you smoked weed? Don't lie to me, because I'm telling you, I'm going to test you in 30 days. If I test you, you test positive for dope, I will put you in jail. When is the last time you smoked? I want to know marijuana. When is the last time you smoked? Was it yesterday? Was it 2 weeks? Was it a week?
Whenever.
Be honest.
You got on the 12th, I think.
You got out, I think, last Friday.
So he got out last week.
Yeah, last Friday was when he was released on the 13th, so Saturday. No, just past Saturday. Oh, yeah.
So he should be, so what's 30 days from that day? That would be.
It would be May 13th.
Yeah. You will test again on May, let's do the 15th, just in case, to give you an extra couple days. There better not be a positive for weed. You understand? Don't smoke weed, because it's going to kill you. All right? Okay, guys. Thanks. All right. Thanks.
How do you get the hydro?
It's no. Hydro is addictive. Oxy, it's 15,000 times it's, I'm telling you, it's, once you start, it's.
We could, I mean, I think we could approach that and give her a chance, but with regards to the drugs, I mean, we've given her chances on the other
I
violations.
don't think you can stop. And I'm ready to put you in a rehab program right now because I think that you are pulling the wool over my eyes. You are forum shopping for pills. I have now put you on the list. And you have 2 times gotten a prescription. I talked to the compliance officer with one of the doctors. He told me you have a prescription for 120 oxy from 12/6/22, and then you had another prescription from January 23 for another 100 pills of oxy. I do not believe that you kept 100 pills for the oxy to be able to take it now to where you had a positive result. I think that you're getting it off the street. And I want to put you in a rehab program now. I'm going to have you every Monday and Thursday come here and test. And the next time you test positive, I'm going to hold you in contempt, slap you with 180 days in jail, probate it for 2 years, and put you in a rehab program. Do you understand? You are not to take any drugs, any hydrocodone, any opiates. I don't care if you have a prescription. I'm ordering you not to take it, even with a valid prescription. If you have pain, then you must find another way, either ibuprofen, Aleve, Tylenol, Excedrin, another way, but no more controlled substances, whether prescribed or not. And the next time, you have been advised what's going to happen. You will sign an affidavit with me right now, promising me that you're not going to take any prescribed or controlled medications. Do you understand? You are now on your 3rd bond violation as it stands now. The next one, I'm going to light you up. Do you understand, Miss Mathis? I'm up to here. No driving, no taking any controlled substances, whether prescribed or not, no alcohol, no more bond violations. You've now been apprised. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt because you had the prior script from 2023. In my heart, I know that you don't have those pills. And this is the only other time you will ever get another benefit of the doubt from me. You need to do whatever you can to address the demons in your life, because if you don't, I'm going to do it for you the next time. You must also start doing 3 NAs per week, and I want proof that you're in attendance doing the NA program. Do you understand? If you don't have proof the next time you come here that you've done NA classes, Narcotics Anonymous, you're going to stay with me. Can you please swear to this? Okay. Please, Miss Mathis. All right, Ms. Chisholm, that's it. This is, this is the last, this is the last ditch effort, huh?
Absolutely.
I won't entertain anything else. That's it. Okay?
Yes, Judge, understood. Yes,
All
sir.
right, all right, Chisholm, you're the best.
Thank you, my big excuse.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Have a great
Judge.
weekend.
Bye-bye. You too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Bye, Jeremiah.
When is it on Wednesday? I think so. So we'll do it on Thursday? Okay, people?
All right, that's a wrap.
Oh, Fleischer, you're so good. So, while the judge was trying to tell Mathis every other thing she can do to help with the pain, Carolyn is in chat yelling, "Tase, tase, tase." I don't I don't know. Maybe it will help with the pain. Maybe it'll be a different pain so she'll forget about the first pain. Carolyn, you're a genius. That's what we need to do in all hospitals now for pain management. Tase people. Oh gosh. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. I this court in Indiana that I just totally enjoyed watching today. But I work a double tomorrow, so I just don't know if I'll have time. There's just not enough hours in a day, so I might not be able to get it in, but we'll see. Maybe, maybe not. Um, don't be on call. Don't be ready tomorrow morning. If I'm on, I'm on. If I'm not, I'm not. All right, guys. Have a good day. Thank you so much for coming out to chat. I'm sorry the first Florida case confused everybody. Everybody was checking their sound and not understanding, and that's fine. Love you too, Cloud.